All that I know it was inside. It recognized you. Please don't deny me. All that I know it was inside. It recognized you.
Okay, starting off at our first day in Rome, we were walking and we were seeing all these beautiful restaurants, and just walking in the streets of Rome was just so beautiful, and we saw amazing architecture. We saw a fountain, but this was all as we were walking towards our final destination, which was the Fountain of Trevi. Now, this fountain was mind-blowing because I thought it was going to be so much smaller, and it was humongous. It was just built so beautifully, so many people, and it's just something you can see at night or day, which makes it so convenient and just such a perfect place to go. This church was very beautiful, just like all of the other churches in Rome. Rome is just populated with a lot of beautiful churches, so I really recommend that you go and in your area visit your local church. So after visiting the church, we decided to go on a bus tour. Now, I really recommend going on a bus tour if you don't know much about the city and you really just want to visit all of the important places, just get to know the city of Rome, and you also get to see Rome from a very high point of view from these buses, and you get to see the city, the people, the town, and it's just gorgeous. I got this skirt that kind of works as a scarf and many other things, and it's just so pretty, and I really recommend getting one if you see them. Also, we saw a watercolor painter and we decided to buy some of his work, and then we got gelato. I don't recommend getting passion fruit, it was way too sour. Then we went to this plaza that was just gorgeous, and then I saw this picture of this movie that I love with Audrey Hepburn. I got this really famous pasta in Italy, and I was honestly really confused by the taste. It was also very al dente. I made this joke to my dad, and it's in Spanish, so if you know Spanish, you might understand it.
Leo, ¿cuál quieres? ¿Michelangelo o mi gelato?
Mi gelato.
Okay, so this was day 2 in Rome, and we got croissants for breakfast. I honestly don't even like sugar in the morning, but this was so good. The chocolate just tasted like literal Hershey's, and it was so good. Then we went on the tour for the Vatican. I would say I should have gone during low season because this place was so crowded, and it was hard for me to even take videos of this place. But I think it was very worth it to go because every single room you went in, your jaw was dropped. You know, like there was so many sculptures, tapestries, beautiful views from the windows, such beautiful painting. I would say the most important thing to go to in Rome would be the St. Peter's Basilica because it is just so huge and so luxurious. Like, it's just so pretty. The walls are going up so high, and the ceiling is always so gorgeous, and the sculptures, the beautiful angels. I love the angels. I took so many pictures. After this, we got pizza, and this was probably the best pizza I got in Italy. And then we went to the Colosseum. So by this point, my feet were done. They were like literally felt like there were spikes under my feet. So I really recommend when you guys go to Italy, please be realistic with your time. Anyways, the Colosseum was unreal, and it was something that is a must if you go to Rome. Then we got this mineral water. that has like natural gas in it, which was really cool. And we saw this married couple. Then we ate these sandwiches and got gelato. The gelato was really good this time.
Our next gelato, probably our last in Rome.
Then I got this little ball that you can see everywhere if you go to Italy. It's full of pasta, and I also got tiramisu. And Naples, Italy was a place that was probably my least favorite, but it did have Pompeii, which is this civilization that used to live there, and the volcano exploded, and it's pretty much like a really ancient city, so it has a bunch of ruins and you can walk around. It was really, really cool, and you got to see all of the different paintings and all of the rituals they had. So if you're really into history, I definitely recommend. After going to Pompeii, we went to the Plaza of Plebiscito, where we saw this beautiful scenery at night. As we were walking around, we got lucky enough to find this place called the Royal Palace, and it was so jaw-dropping. We walked in, it was only like $5 for each person, and it is a complete hidden secret because I've never heard about this place when I was doing my research. So I'm really happy I could put it out here for everyone to see. And there was just so much painting, so much art, such beautiful rooms, so well kept, such unique styles. This specific room gave me so much dark academia vibes. If you know, you know. Okay. Then we walked into this theater that had a bunch of rows of seats, paintings. So in the Amalfi Coast, we ended up going to a beach. It was super crowded though, so I really recommend finding ones that are kind of more discreet and less crowded. We went to this place to eat and it was good, but the burger really wasn't that good. The dessert was. And we saw some cute little turtles with what looked like a fairy garden. And we had this beautiful view. It was so unreal. On the way back, we took a boat ride, which I really recommend instead of a train ride because it was just so pretty. This day we were traveling to Florence and we ended up getting what seemed to be an American breakfast, but it really just wasn't it. Just get Italian food at that point. When we arrived to Florence, I just right away knew that it was going to be so peaceful. I loved how I saw the Cheshire Cat in a random restaurant, and I saw so many people riding on horses, and we went to this plaza which had the main church, the Santa Maria del Fiore. I would say I love looking at the shops in Florence because they were so unique. I ended up getting this really unique fairy that I saw. I'm like obsessed with fairies for some reason, don't ask. And I got it because there was a wolf standing next to it, which I thought was really unique because that's such a contradiction, having a little gentle fairy next to a wolf. Here's another store that I found really interesting. It has like a bunch of masks. As we walked back, we decided to sit down and enjoy the scenery because there was a huge concert this night. We were in Florence and we saw a bunch of people like practically running towards this concert, right? And apparently we asked around and there was this famous artist that came in. So it was just really authentic and we really just got to see like part of the culture. Waking up the next morning, we ate breakfast and we headed off to the Uffizi Gallery. We saw a bunch of famous paintings that probably look familiar to you, and the place just had so much art to analyze, to ponder at, and I saw such beautiful rooms such as this one. So we went to the Accademia Gallery, and this is where we saw the famous Michelangelo. Yes, it is perfect. He is perfect. And we saw the works of many other students as well that were working and doing sculpture. The ones that people say are real were more expensive, but they were amazing, the gelatos. Then we went to Tuscany, Italy, which is definitely a must. It is so, so beautiful. The sights were gorgeous. It was so rural. And there were like fruits, so many places to shop for so little money. You have to try the fruitcake. This really old bank. And there were just the perfect little streets. And I saw advertising for Barbie in Italian. Like, how cute is that? And then I saw this beautiful church, which was so unique from the other ones I had seen. And the outside was so gorgeous. We entered this room where you could look at old books, and I couldn't even understand the writing because they were so old, and it was just very interesting, and the room was beautiful. So then we went to other towns and we tried a bunch of different fruitcake. The fruitcake was amazing. We tried this chocolate and it was so good. You guys, it was so good. And then I saw this huge pizza, which I didn't get, but it was cool.
And then we kept going to other little towns. They were also pretty, but then we arrived to our lunch. And this lunch was so cute. They gave like luxury food, literally. But it was, I would say my favorite thing about Tuscany were the fruitcakes and the stores, and most of all, the nature around it.
One of the things that was the most surprising and gorgeous was seeing these endless rows of sunflowers where we went, which I thought was so cool.
So here we went to the famous Leaning Tower of Pisa, which was in this amazing, beautiful plaza, which I recommend going to unless you don't like touristic spots. We also went to this very old cemetery, which had tombs going back to 1853. Yeah, I know. To just show you how hot it was in Italy at this time, I'm going to be showing you this dog with literal covers on his paws. Here we are in Venice, Italy, my favorite place that we went. So there were seagulls everywhere, you guys, and no one talks about this, but this was literally one of my highlights because they're so cute. The views in Venice were so pretty. I don't recommend getting the flower ice cream, it was overpriced. But here is the beautiful plaza. I recommend going to it at night.
When we were walking towards the plaza at night, we saw this dog that was literally the cutest dog I've ever seen in my life.
Y'all, I'm gonna be a photographer because this shot was fire. Don't tell me it wasn't. Now, try the spritz because it's literally everywhere in Venice. And look at this shot. Like, come on. Like, okay, Venice at night, though, is like a dream. Okay, here we were on the gondolas. And this was so pretty, but they're usually so short, so make sure to get your due time. But it was so pretty. And here was another seagull. He was like washing himself. Like, it was so cute. And the gondolas were definitely a highlight. And here was Prada. They have a lot of luxury shops in Italy. The art in Italy is definitely unique. We saw this realism sculpture place.
Eating this pizza was really, really good, and I was craving it for a long time just to have thick pizza. And I had dessert. Listen, Venice, 3 o'clock, peak heat, peak sun, doesn't matter, go. This view was like the best view I had in Venice. It was so gorgeous. The water looked perfect. Everything looked perfect. One of the best moments in Venice. Now, when you go to Venice or just Italy in general, I really recommend that you go to a local concert where they have music. Now, this will definitely add to your experience. Just so authentic, and it will just open your eyes to how other people live in Italy. Okay, so here we went on another tour where we explored other islands in Italy. Now, this was probably one of my highlights because it was just like so many different places, and they teached us how to make Murano glass, which was so interesting and satisfying. We ended up buying our own and for a great price. We went to Torcello Island, which was a different island that kind of had like a ghost vibe because it didn't have a lot of people in it. It was so incredibly filled with nature and so green, so gorgeous. You saw kids playing, and then it got scary, honey, because it started raining and we had to run in the rain to like visit our last island, which I was glad we did because when the rain went down, we were walking, and this island was just the most iconic with the beautiful, colorful houses. And then we decided to get these ice creams, which you can get like packaged by just sellers in the street. And then we went to the famous coffee shop that has one of the oldest coffees in the world. And then we ate. Now, this was one of the best meals that I had. The fries were the best fries I've ever had in my life. The cheese pizza, not so much because it was 3 cheese and it was really strong. But if you love cheese, I'm sure you would love it. Suburbs of Rome. Now, this was one of the most beautiful experiences I've had because it was not planned at all. We got to see an authentic part of Italy. Now, this was in the suburbs, so no tour, nothing. And we got to eat at this place and walk around. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed. I sure enjoyed making this video for you guys. I'm so happy that I have this all recorded for my future self. This is pretty much my first travel vlog on this channel, but I did make another travel vlog which I never posted, and it was in the Galapagos Islands, which was pretty much where evolution was first found, and these islands were gorgeous, but I never posted the video because it was very imperfect. It had flaws. But if you guys still want to see it, even though I was like in 7th grade, I was much younger then, if you guys still want to see it posted, let me know in the comments, because I'm still kind of hectic about posting it. But I thought since I'm posting this one, maybe I should post the other one if this is popular. So let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next video. Bye!